Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. On this episode, let's take a look at the new Apple Watch. So after I got my Apple Watch, I unboxed it and then proceeded to set it up, which involves pairing it with your phone. So I turned it on and it asked to pair with an iPhone, and I was able to very easily go then and set it up on my iPhone, which already had the Apple Watch app on it that was installed with the last iOS update. And it took a few minutes, and after it was done, then I was able to access things on the app on the iPhone, and I was able to, of course, do things from my Apple Watch as it was using my iPhone to communicate with the outside world.
So let's look at how to customize the watch face. You just tap and hold in the middle of the clock there, and it will bring up the menu where it shows you can customize what's currently going on there or flip between some of the different types of faces. And if you go all the way to the end, you can create your own. So I've created a couple utility ones there. I'll create a new one, and you can go back and forth. You can see I can use the dial here to go back and forth and pick one that I want. So I can pick this one, for instance, and I tap and then it appears. Let me tap and hold down again, and I will customize it. And there's various things I can do here. You can see there's two dots at the top. That means there's two different sets of settings here. So I can customize the color here with the dial, and then I could flip and customize other things. In this case, things that are there. So for instance, the upper right hand corner, I could go from moon phase to weather. Up here I can change it from date to moon phase. So there's various different things that you can do with the different spots on the screen. And then once you're done, you can press the dial in and then tap there, and then you've got your result. So let's look at how you get to the apps. You press the dial and it takes you to the app screen, which you've probably seen here. You can go through all these different little app icons, and you can zoom in and out using the dial to see all your apps. And you have control over which apps are there from your iPhone interface. So you can just move around, and then when you want to go to an app, you can tap it, and it takes you to the timer there, and you can easily go back to the home screen. So here are some of the basic apps you've got. You've got in addition to the clock, you've got a remote app that allows you to control your Apple TV. You've got a stopwatch app and also a timer app. You've got a mail app to see what mail you've got. You can access your calendars. You can access your music. There's maps. There's weather. So you can scroll through and see the forecast and everything. I've got some third-party apps here, a cycling app, Twitter. I've got some airline apps that have come out. There's Pandora. I've got an app here that allows you to control the phone or the camera on your phone. So I can actually take a shot with the camera, and it will open up the camera, and I can actually see what my camera is seeing. So kind of a remote control camera app. I've got the phone app, which will dial my phone for me. I've got Passbook is right there. Let's look at the Photos app, and I just have a few photos loaded on here, and I can flip through them, and then I could zoom in if I want on them. I can zoom out to see all my photos there, and then tap one to go into it. So to send a message on it, so in the Messages app, when you go to send a message, to create a new message, you tap and hold down in the middle of the screen. And then you can tap New Message, and then you can add contact or create a message. You're going to have to do both. I can pick from all these different ones I've got here, send an emoji, or I could record one. This is a test. Tap done, and you can see that I could now choose to send it as audio or send it as text.
So a big part of using your Apple Watch is controlling it from your iPhone. So you've got this Apple Watch app here, and the main part of it, you can see there's several parts on the bottom. The main part is My Watch. And My Watch, you have a lot of controls, like for instance app layout. I can take a look at all the different apps I've got, and I can move them around. So I can grab Pandora, for instance, and move it to another spot if I wanted to. So I do have the ability to do that. So physically, the watch feels pretty good on the wrist. You can see it's kind of got this area here where it's got all the sensors, and that doesn't bother me at all. In the band, this is the sport model. It's the smallest sport model, and just for wearing it a few hours, it feels pretty good. The controls feel really solid and good. It's not very heavy, but it's also not very light either. I can see there's the microphone here on the side, and that works with Siri as well as some other things. So you can ask Siri questions. What's the weather like? And you get a little answer right there. So the charging stand is a standard USB cable that fits into the same charger the iPhone uses, and then this kind of fits right on it and it clicks in place. There's a little bit of a magnet in there. So it's really easy to just put down and make sure that it's charging. There's no physical connector. It just basically sits on top of each other with a little magnetic pull. First impressions of the watch are pretty good. Seems like a well-built device. Remains to be seen how useful it is, especially for someone like me who's not used to wearing a watch.